Hello everybody and welcome back to Sakura Spirit.
Hi.
So, we're just gonna go very balls deep in this. So, I guess this is what everyone's talking about. Silently, I folded up the map I had been given, putting it inside my bag. I approached the altar. I was kind of skeptical.
Were you?
I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I wasn't too sure if this was actually going to work. I don't even think luck will do me much good in a match like this. In my opinion, there wasn't any room for things like luck in martial arts. Judo is all about using the knowledge you have gained through training. Of course, a good amount of talent also helps. There was simply no room for something as superstitious as luck. Clearly, this was going to be a match where my experience and talent would be pushed to their limits. Nothing more, nothing less. Do you want to be the female voice?
I feel like I should, because I haven't done a voice in a while, but I don't know what voice to give her. What kind of voice should I be?
Use that one.
Which is this one?
No, just, pick one.
How curious! The boy doesn't believe in superstition, and yet he stands here, surrounded by the very thing he denounces.
Upon hearing the voice, I looked around, trying to find the source, but there was no one to be seen. Who's there?
Quite the cliched question, but the right thing to ask is, where am I?
What are you talking about? Show yourself!
Not yet. Entertain me for a little while longer, would you? This is a place like no other. Why did you come here if you do not believe in things such as luck?
I came here to prepare myself.
Oh, do enlighten me about what this something might be that you are preparing yourself for.
I felt a little bit annoyed as the questions continued, but maybe if I kept talking to her, I would be able to find out where she was hiding. That's a shell right there. That's it. I'm preparing for a tournament, a judo match.
Judo? What might that be?
Seriously, you don't know what judo is? It's a highly skilled combat art.
Aha, so you're a warrior, hesitant to go into battle and came here in hope of finding the resolve to fight.
I'm not sure about the warrior part.
How fortunate. It just so happens that there is a need for one of your kind.
My kind?
A hero. This shrine brings fortune to heroes such as yourself. However, every great hero must sacrifice something in return.
Sounds like what the others mentioned. Your version sounds better, though. Laughing briefly at the story, I decided to play along and clap my hands together in prayer. So, what next? Do I offer up my allowance or something? It's probably like a dead cat.
Don't be silly. Money is of little importance to a hero. For you, the sacrifice will be something of much greater value. I will be looking forward to seeing what destiny has in store for you.
What if, like, we go through this entire game, and, like, it turns out he was the sacrifice? And, like, it's really sad, because, like, He was also the hero. As if on cue, I began to feel nauseated at the moment the girl's words reached my ear, my head spinning wildly. Slowly, I staggered backwards, collapsing onto my back. As my vision grew blurry, the sound of approaching footsteps could be heard. Oh,
Good hero. You're gonna need it.
that's you, Gingy.
I'm one hot babe.
Despite my attempts to get back up, all I managed was a brief look at the girl. This is
Peeping Tom.
This is more than just a brief. The sight of horns and a tail left many questions. But before I had a chance to utter even a single word, he said utter and she has big boobs. My conscience succumbed to darkness. Oh.
Ellipses. Ellipses. Ellipses.
Rays of sunlight stirred me back to life, a groan of annoyance leaving my mouth while I tried to get back onto my feet. I don't know why I started that off as like an announcer. I felt a bit dizzy, but the first thing I noticed was I was no longer in a shrine. Instead, it looked like the forest near the dojo. Of course, my first thought was to look around and see if I could find the girl from before, but not a trace of her presence remained. To make things even stranger, I followed amidst the trees seemed better maintained than I remembered. I should probably head home. Why do you say that out loud? That thought was cut short when the sound of several female voices could be heard nearby.
Okay, so, do you want to be the stern one? I know, or I'll end right now. Two characters are about to be introduced. Do you want to be this one or the other one? They're both female.
I know they are. I don't care.
Okay. You be this one, I'll be the other one.
Alright, I'm gonna just be monotone with them. Get back here. Hikage. Stop them at once.
Just what do you think I'm doing? I'm chasing them. I'm trying to stop them.
Nyaha! I think they noticed what's missing, Oni-sama. Is this still the stern?
little one, and we might just make it.
Oh. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any weirder, the sound of heavy footfalls could be heard nearby. What in the world is going on here?
You know, if I suddenly cut from woods to this, I'd be a little concerned too.
Further ahead, I saw a couple of girls in fast pursuit. Of even more girls. Oh, why am I yawning so much?
Unprofessional as hell.
Yeah, it is. The yawning's bad. I saw a couple of girls in fast pursuit of even more girls. However, there was something off about this scene. Something that didn't make any sense. The girls being chased had the ears and tails of an animal, and the pursuers appeared to be armed with a katana and naginata.
You're Katana Girl.
Which...
It's the monotone voice.
You conniving thoughts. Come back here at once. Return when you stole immediately.
Give me back my panties!
Hikage. How could you say something out loud like that? What? I don't... How did the voice sound?
I don't even remember.
Oh yeah. Panties, panties.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Help save us from the rampaging women.
As I watched the girls run out, I couldn't help but find myself struggling with the decision to just leave them be. Well, I don't know what in the world was going on, but the two girls armed with rather realistic-looking props, sure they couldn't have been real, had me worried. I couldn't very well call myself a hero. I let something like that go by without acting. I'm so going to regret this. Mumbling in annoyance, I chased after the girls. Hikage, go around to the left.
Right!
I said left. Why do you always undermine me?
I wasn't saying right. You know what? Never mind. Just run after them.
As I was chasing the girls, I noticed that the trees seemed to be getting denser, making it gradually more difficult to navigate along the path. Oni-sama, I don't think I can run much more. I'm starting to feel a bit...
Just a little longer, Mako-chan. We're almost... Mako! Mako, not that! Not now!
Sorry, Oni-sama.
Scissor attack!
I arrived just in time to find the scene taken straight from an action movie. The girl with the blonde hair had collapsed, held in her companion's protective embrace.
Are we just gonna ignore scissor attack?
The two armed girls were approaching them almost unmistakably with the killing instincts running amok. Any seasoned martial artist would have felt it. Those girls were going to be in for a beating if I didn't stop them. We've got you now, thieves. I'm going to personally drag your sorry butts back to the town and have you both put in the stocks. Maybe I'll even show you how it feels to run around without any undies on.
Yeah, although I must admit, having a breeze down there does feel kinda nice. Keeps me feeling fresh and tingly.
Hikage, goodness. Don't you have any shame? This isn't about you. It's about our undergarments stolen, and these two criminals being brought to justice! Oni-sama, it hurts. My head hurts.
It's gonna be okay, little one. Hey guards, if you're so desperate to have your underwear back, then here, touch!
Stop it right there! However, before I was able to interrupt the conversation, the silver-haired girl tossed something into the air. Whatever it was flying straight towards my head. The two samurai girls instantly grew flustered. Ugh! I can't see! Who the hell tosses a... Peeling the items off my face, I raised them into the air, looking like a professor examining an import sample while the thieves made their escape. A pink bra and lacy black panties? Oh boy, I knew this wasn't going to end well. Ah, you there. Are you in cahoots with those crafty foxes? And hand back those immediately. I guess those are evidence of a crime, and not for anyone else to touch.
Drop the panties! Right now.
I'm innocent until proven guilty. It's one of the golden rules of the court. Just stop pointing those weapons at me so I can hand over your undies without being turned into a shish kebab. What? No. Shut up. Just drop the evidence and walk away. I am Suki no Mio, chief of the village guards, and I'm ordering you to drop what you're holding right now. I don't know any village guards, and seriously, doubt a cop would go around dressed like that and wielding a katana. Am I the fashion police? More importantly, the ground here is muddy and dirty, and are you sure I should drop the evidence here? I mean, I could, but... Your face. Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, Gingy and I screen share and he just has a constant video of his face. Like, see? Anyway. Oh, wait, we gotta go back. Before I could react, the pink-haired girl lunged towards me at the pointy end of her naginata aiming for my gut. My reflexes caught on just in time, and I was able to palm away the spear as it sailed through the air. I struck upwards on the wooden shaft of the weapon, sending it up into the air and causing the girl to lose her balance. Narumi, I did not order you to attack. Fine, I'll give them back. Jeez. Just my luck to find a bunch of crazy girls with weapons. Extending the hand that held the undies, I tried to hand them over, something that I would soon end up regretting.
Ha! You think I fall for something so simple? Fool! You may have fooled me once, but I won't let that happen again.
The woman swung her weapon wide, an arcing thick wooden pole into my side before I could dodge. She then lunged forwards and grabbed me tightly, pulling my arms around behind my back, leaving me with sore ribs and in a prone position. I could have fought back, but I figured it would only lead to more fighting, with the possibility of ending up stabbed and I decided to remain passive. My sword...
Fighting without fighting.
Fighting without fighting. Fighting without fighting. The sword-wielding girl stepped forward and grabbed the silky underwear from my hand triumphantly. Your methods might be crude, but they do get results, Hikage. Tie him up.
I like to imagine that she actually did burp when you burped.
Oh.
She like picked up the panties, has this like face of glory, just like...
Your methods seem to be crude, but they do get results, Hikage. Tie him up, we'll bring him in for questioning. He probably knows where those pesky thieves are hiding.
Bro, it's probably the monotone voice that's making you young.
Probably.
Right!
And people wonder why criminals want to resist arrest at all costs. Jesus.
I apparently can't do that voice without making this really weird, like, head jerk and, like, lots of hand gestures.
Oh, I know, it's great. I mumbled this weakly as the girl with the naginata tied my wrists together with rope, as I soon felt myself dragged by the duo towards the city. Surely, once we're out of the forest, you two will stop this act of yours and let me go, right? As much as I like to fool around, I have more important things to do. The city? Ha! We're not taking you all the way there. You'll be spending the night in the village, so thief. Who are you calling thief? I'm the victim. First, I get undies tossed in my face, then I had to deal with physical abuse, and now these accusations? Besides, there's no village around these parts. It's a city, you know. Tsukino Toshi? Silence, Hikage. If he speaks again before we get him to the village... Jesus. You have my permission to knock him unconscious.
That's funny!
And that's how I ended on my way to a jail cell, cuffed and dragged by two girls, both of who I started to suspect were crazy.
Oh.
We'll find out what's in this village next time on Sakura Spirit. And I'm gonna actually overwrite this. Yes. Alright, welcome back to Sakurai Spirit. How was your break? The 3 seconds that we gave you. Good, huh? Nice.
It was great. I got me water. It was delicious.
When we exited the forest, alarms set off in my mind. The city I had lived in my whole life, it was gone. You've got to be kidding me. If I wasn't in Tsukino Toshi, then where the hell was I?
Hey! No talking! Come on!
Whoa.
I don't want to bop you that much, Hammond. Maybe a punch or two. I just want to know how the heck you block my strikes so easily.
So I said that the first sentence, right? And then just my vision was gone.
Your attack had a lot of power behind it, but it was kind of predictable. With the right movement and enough force, that's the result you get. Anyway, I'll play along for a bit. Where in the world are we? This clearly isn't my hometown. I mean, the buildings look more like they belong in some sort of classic samurai movie.
Huh? What the heck is this? This is Hirumaru. It's been here forever.
Hikage. I thought I told you to silence him if he spoke again.
Actually, you told me that I could, but you didn't tell me that I had to.
Must be tough being the subordinate of someone like that. Be quiet, or I will silence you for good.
That's rude.
This time it didn't seem to be an idle threat. The girl had unsheathed her katana and now was resting the edge of the blade against my throat. I was already starting to regret having played a hero earlier.
Really? Because to me it looks like it's sitting idly on her shoulder.
Yeah. Hopefully there would be someone with more common sense in the village. Several
minutes.
Oh.
Ellipses. Ellipses. Ellipses.
I soon found myself confined within a small room, the stern-looking tsundere. Tsundere?
I think it's Tsunadere. That's what I've always called it.
Tsundere? Alright. Of a girl glaring down at me while the other girl, who was apparently called Narumi, seemed to have softened up a bit. From what I had gathered during their conversations, they had called the village elder to oversee my questioning. What purpose did these thieves have? Or do these thefts have? Are you just some pervert who gets off on sniffing girls' undies?
Sir, that says gets of sniffing girls' undies.
Yes, gets of sniffing girls' undies.
I ought to castrate you.
I ought to castrate you. I already told you, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Not to mention, anything worn by you would probably smell sour. Oh, dang. I couldn't see too well from the cell where they had put me. I was almost certain I could hear Narumi laughing nearby. Ah, Tsukino Dono, please calm down. You brought him in to learn the reason behind his presence in the forest, didn't you? That is correct, Elder-sama. I believe he was working together with the fox spirits to steal panties and other undergarments. Objection! Huh? What are you objecting to, young man? The evidence surrounding the defendant's accusations was fabricated. Narumi-san, would you please answer the question for the judge? Was the defendant, that is myself, anywhere near those girls while you two were in pursuit of them? Hold it. Just who are you calling a judge here? Lower your voice or I will strike you down. Gingy.
Hey! Miyu-san! Maybe the whole angry accusation thing isn't working. This guy clearly isn't a bandit. We could just ask him why he was up there in the woods.
I wanted to make sure I didn't screw that up like I did last time. That was
If he has a valid reason, then sure. If not, then he's clearly a panty thief. And we'll use him as a punching bag out in the yard.
Finally, and here I thought this was about to become a turnabout case. I sighed deeply, partly amused by my own act. Despite the seriousness of the situation, who would have ever thought mimicking characters from games and movies would end up getting me out of trouble? As long as I didn't become Ace Prisoner. He's talking about Phoenix, right?
Yeah, man.
Go! Ace Prisoner. Things would hopefully turn out for the better. A wise idea, Narumi-chan. How about you start by giving us your name? Gushiken Takahiro. So, what were you doing in the forest? And when these two were chasing after the thieves? I'm not entirely sure myself. One moment, I was praying at a shrine hidden inside the forest. The next thing I knew, some weird girl was talking to me. A girl? Yes, a girl with horns and a tail. I know it sounds weird, but I could have sworn I saw her before. I must have fainted. After that, I woke up somewhere in the forest. Suki no Dono, Narumi-chan, do you recall stories behind the shrine near our village? Forgive me, Elder-sama, I do not recall.
I know it's a place of high spiritual energy, a sacred place, but I can't remember the details. Sorry, Grandpapa. The shrine belongs to Suyuri, a powerful spirit.
that has been watching over our village for as long as people can remember. Unlike the fox spirits, we tend to avoid going too deep into the forest. I still think I could get rid of those pests once and for all if you would just let me go in, find their home. They're probably hidden in some damp cave on the hill, or some run-down old house. Humans and spirits rarely mingle, even if they meet with good intent. And the fact that this lad says he saw a spirit means that there's a chance that he was there for some reason. Not to mention, did you take a good look at him yet? He seems disoriented and his clothes look foreign. Oh, that's you.
He did seem to be talking gibberish earlier. He claimed to be from a city near here, but there's nothing like that around for miles.
Best voice changes almost every time I read a line.
He was also talking about something called a... And they used some fighting technique that I have never even seen before.
He's still a pervert. I'm not a pervert. It's perfectly natural for a guy my age to be curious about certain things. Besides, if you're talking about how the panties ended up on my face, I have nothing to do with it. Tsundere tyrant. What did you call me? I ought to smash you to pieces, you brat.
Oh, wait. Now that I think about it, those two foxes did look like they were just abandoning them. But grandfather, what does all this mean?
I can't be certain. However, I believe it's unlikely that he's working together with the fox spirit. Still, I have never heard of any human to come upon a spirit such as Sudori. I dare say he might not even be of this world. Wait, are you saying that I'm in a different world now? That would be the most logical explanation. In what world would that be considered logical? But I have an important tournament to participate in 2 weeks from now. Well, no one has ever experienced something like this before. We'll have to think of how to deal with it with you, or if it's even possible to get you back to your own world. In the meantime, the night in the cell won't hurt. He did assault a village guard, and he resisted arrest. Or he could stay here until he rots for all I care. I suspect the elder will wish to have a talk with you soon. Hikage and I are gonna clean myself off. I suggest you do the same.
I would take offense for implying that I stink, but that is one hell of a run. Those fox spirits run fast. I would like to know how... I would still like to know more about those techniques, Takahiro-san. If you do happen to stick around, might want to go through rounds with you.
It's not like that. I'll be going anywhere for the time being. It's not like I'll be going anywhere for the time being. It's only for a few hours while we discuss what to do with you. A person such as yourself would end up causing quite the commotion amongst the villagers, so it is necessary to convince them that you mean no harm before we release you. And that's how I find myself stuck in a jail cell, while people responsible for my situation left to deal with personal errands. This sucks. As if being sent to a different world isn't bad enough, I'm stuck in a jail, with my only company being... We'll find out next week.
Oh my god!
It's a familiar female voice though.
It is.
Next time on Sakurai Spirit.